My name is Thomas Callijarlier. I'm from France. I'm the owner of Noiring Tattoo Parlor in Clermont-Ferrand. I started tattooing when I was in London. I was doing studies in music. Some of my friends wanted to get tattooed, and as I was drawing a lot, I started. I trained a lot, and bit by bit, when I finished my studies, I opened my own private studio in Chiswick, West London. And from that, everything went really fast, and just been working a lot for the past 5 years. I decided to move back to France because my family is from here, and I stayed 8 years in London. For me, it was a right move to change a little bit, to go back to a place maybe where there's less people, to be able to concentrate more on the right things. I decided to do a lot of portraits, mixed a little bit with graphic elements, because for me it's all about the emotion that this picture brings you. Usually you will start from a photography. In this photography there is a certain emotion, and the big challenge is to succeed to make this emotion come through. You can really feel when you see a piece on skin. This is what is difficult, I think, with a portrait. I enjoy convention because when you work in a convention, people can see the work in real life, because on Instagram or Facebook, people can believe that in real life your work doesn't look the same or doesn't have the same emotions. And when people see it live, there is no filter, there is nothing. So people can actually have the right judgment for your work. For me, I would love to do some collaboration in the future, but not in convention where everything has to be rushed, or often it's quite big piece and probably like 2-3 days of work. So the best is to be in a quiet place where everyone can be really relaxed, to be able to do the best work and not to rush something for a competition or for a contest. To really take the time to start with small things, to try to understand everything. Especially people that want to do realism, it's important to not start just by doing realism. You need to do a bit of everything to understand how to put a line in, how to put shading in, how to put solid saturation. And if you go too fast, you can get used to do bad things, and after then it might be difficult to forget these things. For my tattoos, I tried to choose the right artist. Of course, I got a sleeve when I was 15, so I'm still really happy about it, but I don't see tattooing now than I was seeing it when I was 15. I decided to go with Matteo Pasqualin because he's a great artist and he's really passionate about this work. He has a lot of experience. He knows what to do on which part, how to make things work on the body. And same different techniques for different skin tones, and for me it's a real example in the industry. So today I was tattooing a piece about Jimi Hendrix, which was a bit difficult because as well the guy had a really big scar, so it's a scar cover-up at the same time in the ear of the reference. It was a very interesting piece because a lot of strong contrast, a lot of smooth shadings, which was really important in the piece. So I started to do all the blacks first, and then I started to do my grays to make sure that the grays was not getting dirty by the blacks. Overall, the piece took around 8 hours, and at the end, the client was really happy with it, so I am happy too.
Je m'appelle Brice. Alors, ça fait à peu près 1 an que je vais me faire tatouer par Thomas. J'ai suivi son travail sur les réseaux au départ. Et donc ce que j'ai aimé, c'est vraiment tous ces détails au niveau des ombres, des portraits, du noir et blanc. Et voilà, pour moi, au niveau des détails et ceci fait vraiment partie des meilleurs français. Et donc voilà, j'ai pas hésité à faire autant de route pour venir le voir et attendre mon rendez-vous, voilà, même s'il y avait de l'attente.
In the near future, I'm gonna probably slow down on convention and traveling. I want to settle down more in my region. Here in France, I'm looking to buy a house in the countryside to make a studio in the middle of the forest or in the mountain to try to really get a certain spirit around the experience of getting tattooed here. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and maybe see you in conventions or at the studio.